Hey guys, so this is just kind of a weird little update. I figured that I would do it. A lot has been going on. And so, as y'all know, coronavirus has been happening and the quarantine has been happening. And so, I just kind of wanted to keep you updated. Um, I told y'all last video that I have moved to Florida and I'm still in Florida. I am still teaching. I have been teaching for a couple of months now. But as you know, we've all been stuck at home, and so I've been actually doing online learning. And I just kind of wanted to make a vlog about everything that's been happening and all of the stuff that's going on in my life right now because it's so crazy. And this is really something for me that I just really want to remember, and I really want to remember this time, and I want to remember everything that's been happening. And so I kind of felt like I could share it with you and make it like a little diary vlog, whatever. So, the first thing is I came to Florida having just received my teacher certificate and from Texas. And so I had to get that transferred over to Florida, and that just takes like time. And so I began teaching on a provisional sub salary, which like wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a significantly less salary. And it was fine. I had good money saved up, like I was okay. And so it was not a big deal. So I came to Florida, and I have been finally approved as a Florida teacher. So I now have my Florida certificate. Woo, that was a hard word. So yay, I'm super excited. And now this next paycheck, I will be getting paid a full-time teacher's salary from Florida. So that's really fun, but there's a lot, and I'm about to sorry, I got cut off. So there's a lot that's been going on, and I'm just about to basically word vomit everything and just tell everything that's been happening and my experience with it all. And maybe if you're in the same situation, you're doing the same things, you can kind of learn from my mistakes or use my advice. I don't really know. So the first thing is just something that I've been confused about and I'm still trying to figure out is you know, the way Florida pays employees, or the way the schools pay employees in Florida, is very weird. And so originally I was getting paid a sub salary, and they were taking money because I was still considered like a full-time, like a year-long employee. And so what they were doing was they were paying me hourly, and then they were taking, so if I got paid $2,000, they were taking 500 of that out and putting it in a tab called holdback pay. And I was very confused about that at first. And so we finally looked it up, and I realized that it had something to do with getting paid over the summer. And so if I wanted the holdback pay, I had to get paid, or if I wanted to get paid over the summer, I had to keep the holdback pay in my account. And so I thought, okay, well that's just because I'm a sub, whatever. And so then as when I become a full-time employee, in Texas, you get paid, you're considered a 12-year employee, and you just get paid. So if you get paid $40,000, it's a little bit more, but it's about $3,000 a month basically. And so you would just get paid $3,000 a month every month of the year. But in Florida, apparently, I just found out today that that's not how they do things. And so in Florida, what they do is they will actually pay you. So I think, and this is what I'm hoping, I haven't got my paycheck yet, so this is just my thoughts right now as I'm trying to figure this out, is that, if I get paid $40,000 a year, I actually get paid as a 9-month employee, and then 3 months of the year, it's December, June, and July, they will pay me my holdback fee. So they'll use the holdback money that they're taking, and so I'll get paid $4,000 a month, and then they'll take 1,000 of that out, or some, so much of it out each month, to be able to pay me this months that I'm not working. And so it's kind of confusing, and I'm really just talking about this right now so that I can look back and remember, oh Brittany, you're so stupid, or whatever, and just kind of realize what was actually happening. So I'm really concerned. I'm hoping that I'm not getting paid the $3,000 and then having them take more money out, because that's not my full salary. So I'm really confused on that, and so I'm just hoping that it all works out right. So that was that's my one thing that I'm trying to worry about and do. The second thing, and this is my big thing, this is probably a big thing for any Florida resident out there, especially those of you coming into Florida, is the tolls and the toll roads. And there's lots of tolls in Florida, and so they always recommend you get a SunPass or an ePass, and there's other ones out there, but I've heard that SunPass and ePass are basically like the same thing. They're just done by different companies. Like one's done by like the Florida State Department and one's by like done by something different. Like I don't even know. And so I've always had a Sun Pass. When I was back here during my Disney College program, I had a Sun Pass and it worked just fine. And I didn't use it that often, but it worked just fine. And then now that I have, but I've heard ePass works just as good. So, but I just went with Sun Pass because that's what everybody that I know has a Sun Pass, and I just got a Sun Pass. And so basically the way Sun Pass works is you put so much money on it, and as you go through the tolls, it just takes it down. You can enroll in like an easy pay so that they, like once it gets below $10, it just like puts $20 more on there or whatever you choose to decide. And so I've always just been going on there and putting money on. So my mistake that I am just now finding out is that I so like sometimes I wouldn't be very consistent with it, and I would like it might go below $0, and so I would actually owe like $10 on my Sun Pass account. And I've been pretty like diligent about going on there and paying it pretty quickly. Like I never waited more than like a couple of weeks to go on and pay the Sun Pass, but sometimes I just didn't check it soon enough to like pay it before it reached zero or -0. And so something that I didn't realize is, yes, Sun Pass and ePass work hand in hand. So if you use a Sun Pass and you go onto an ePass road, or like the Florida, I don't even remember, like Expressway or something is what it's called, that's an ePass toll. And when you go on there, if you have a negative balance on your Sun Pass, it will not charge you. And so it'll actually bill to your address, like whatever known address you have. And so that's been something that I've just found out, was if you have, like if I have $10 on my Sun Pass account, ePass can charge it. But or Sun Pass basically will pay ePass for it. But if I don't have enough money on my Sun Pass account, then Sun Pass cannot, or really ePass cannot charge Sun Pass, and Sun Pass cannot pay. And so it's going to charge you money. And so right now I'm stuck with a pretty big bill right now, and that's kind of confusing me, because I'm like, I've been paying, like to me it's like once I pay it, they should be able to pay ePass. Like I'm really confused, and so now feel like I'm being double paid, and I'm still in the process of trying to like figure all that out. And so basically I'm double paying because I'm paying for an ePass toll and the Sun Pass. And so even though like I've already paid for Sun Pass and I've already updated the Sun Pass system, the ePass didn't recognize that, and so they charged a toll. So even though I went back and paid it on Sun Pass, ePass doesn't know that and doesn't recognize that, and it's like they're not going to do it. So now I'm basically going to have to pay double for ePass and Sun Pass unless I can figure out a way. The ePass lady was extremely sweet on the phone, so I am really considering right now switching to ePass completely, because my experience with Sun Pass has not been very great, and I will get to that in just a second. But the ePass lady told me that I could potentially print out and fax like a sheet of like all of my like tolls that I've been paying and proof that I paid them on Sun Pass, and send that into ePass and basically prove that like yes, I have paid it on Sun Pass. And so yeah, so hopefully that'll work. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it's not a big deal if I have to pay it. Like I have to pay it. Like I get it, whatever. But it's just frustrating to like have to pay double tolls right now. And so the Sun Pass lady though, because she was like, you're gonna have to call Sun Pass and like talk to them about it. So the Sun Pass lady got very rude, and I was very sweet. Like I'm a very good person, like very sweet person. Like I don't get rude. I have a very hard time getting rude. People are like, you can be meaner, and I'm like, I don't think so. And so I like called the Sun Pass lady and was like talking to her about it, and she started yelling at me on the phone because I wasn't understanding it, and I was kind of trying to like argue back with her. And I wasn't like arguing rudely. I was just like, I just don't understand. You know, I was like, I've already paid it on Sun Pass, and I said, even though like it has gone negative, I have paid it on Sun Pass, so it doesn't seem right for me to have to pay it on Sun Pass and then go back and pay it on ePass as well. And so I was just like, I'll do all the work. I just need a solution. Like I need something that's gonna work. And she started yelling at me and was like, you don't realize, you know. And so I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Like this is crazy. You're crazy. So I just hung up on her, and I was like, I am going to say something that I regret. And so I hung up and moved on. and I don't know what I'm gonna do now. So I'm gonna have to try to print out everything from SunPass and just sit it into ePass, and hopefully they'll work with me. And so I'm considering just canceling my SunPass entirely and doing the exact same thing that I've been doing on SunPass on ePass, and maybe just enrolling in the Easy Pay so I don't even have to worry about it anymore. But SunPass has kind of given me a bad experience, so I'm not really sure like what to do right now. So those are two things. I'm trying to think what else. So it's been crazy. It's been so fun. I am living with Katie, as y'all have seen, and her boyfriend John, and Katie and John got a puppy, Kona, which you have met. He's not my dog. I do have a dog, and hopefully Coda will come to me soon. That's another thing that's been a struggle, is trying to find a time to go and get Coda. And so, you know, I had plans of going over spring break. I had plans of going over Easter, but then they closed borders, and lots of things happened, and I'm just like, I had a flight book that I was gonna go home, and then I was like, no, I don't want the flights to get canceled. Like, everything was just kind of crazy. I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't want to get stuck in Texas. I didn't want to get, like, you know, caught up in other states. And so I'm just deciding to kind of wait. When they open borders, I will probably drive down and get Coda, because I am now going to be here all, like, literally until September to be with him and play with him and get him used to being in the apartment and that kind of stuff. I don't feel guilty about leaving him inside all day. Like, we'll be able to go on runs and do lots of fun things. And so that'll be fun once to have him. Like, I really miss Coda, and I really wish that I could have my dog. But Kona has been a nice distraction from Coda, so that'll be fun. And the last update for today is that I am finally running a marathon. So the story behind that is my dad and I arrived in Florida this year on the Disney Marathon, and so we got to actually see the marathon. We were riding little gondolas. We didn't have park tickets, but we just wanted to explore Disney, and so we were riding little gondolas that we'd not gotten to do yet, and we rode it down into Epcot, and we were just going to get back on and go around again. And we realized that the race was going on, the marathon was going on, and we realized that we had friends who were actually doing the marathon too. And my grandpa texted us and said, you have friends, like your some of our friend families, actually the Utinskis, I think you've seen them on YouTube before, and Vern, like, you've met her too on YouTube. They were all running the marathon, and he said, you know, go try to meet up with them, go hang out with them. And so he, like, shared their location with us, and so we, like, waited in a spot right by Epcot to meet them. And so we kind of waited, and we were watching all these runners run through, and I don't even know if it was the half marathon or the full marathon, but we were watching them do it, and my dad just kept saying, we can do this, like, we can do this would be so fun. And, like, I obviously got into it too, and I was like, yeah, that would be great. And so sure enough, now he's like, we are definitely doing the marathon. And so my sisters, my mom and my dad have been training, and I have been training, and so I am actually going to start videoing, not me running, because that probably won't be a very pretty sight, but I'm going to be videoing my progress. So the final update, the final thing that I'm going to tell you is I started probably 2 weeks ago, a good 2 weeks ago, and I began, the first thing I did was I, like, would get up early in the morning, not early in the morning, but in the morning before it got hot, and in the afternoon after it cooled off, and I would run about 15 minutes each time, so 30 minutes total a day. And I just did what I could. Like, I knew I wasn't going to be a great runner. I knew it was going to be hard. And so I would run down we have a little pond. We have a little walk around the pond. I ran, like, down, and then I would walk the little short spots and then run the long way again. It was maybe like 0.2 miles. Like, it was nothing. But to me, it was the hardest thing ever to do. And I'm sorry if that's loud. There's somebody doing something outside. And so it was just, like, the hardest thing ever, and I could not, like, I was so disappointed in myself. And so then but each time I did better and better. Each time I went longer and longer. I went more and more. Finally, I started going just in the afternoon or just at night, and I would go for 30 minutes. I started making it to where I would go around the whole entire apartment complex, which was really close to a mile. It's like 0.8 mile, or 0.8 mile or something. I've been able to run a lot longer, and I've been able to do a lot more, and so it's really, really cool to like watch myself grow and watch it become easier and easier. And so like right now what I'm doing is I'm really just trying to get used to running, and I'm trying to get my heart in shape, my body in shape. I'm trying to get my breathing under control, trying to get my pace right. Like I'm just really trying to get like in the habit of it. I'm trying to get used to it. And once like we get closer, I think they recommend training like 29 weeks before the marathon. So once we get closer to 29 weeks, which I believe is in like June or July, and I will start really trying to train for the marathon. Right now I'm just focused on getting there. Like I'm focused on running. I'm just focused on like getting back in shape, getting my heart in shape. And so yes, but I do have one little hiccup, and that is I've torn my ACL in my right knee twice. And I got it repaired about a year ago, I believe. Well, it was a year ago in July, so it's been like a year and a couple of months now. And it's fine, like the knee is great. But I don't know if maybe I'm running on it wrong or if I'm doing something different. And so right now I have some pain kind of in the outside of my knee. I think it's the LCL, which is like the lateral ligament basically in the outside of your knee that holds like the two muscles together. And I don't think I tore, like I don't think I did anything big to it. I literally think I just pulled it, stretched it, you know, did something that kind of caused it to be kind of wompy. And so it doesn't feel the best. And so right now I am really just trying to like focus on healing it. I've been doing some other workouts that don't require like lots of movement with my knee because it hurts, and just trying to really focus on healing it. And so it's been like 2 days now since I've run. I'm hoping maybe just like a few more, like 2 more. It still hurts today, and so I probably will still maybe run a little bit tonight and just kind of see, you know, I can push through pain, but I don't want to make it worse. And so yeah, so that's just the update right now. I'm going to be doing lots more updates on the running and how I'm doing on the running. And yeah, I'm really excited. So this is really fun to be able to start up this video again and give y'all a little life update. So that is my life. I am super excited about it. I love it. I love being in Florida. I am like a much happier person. I feel so much better, so much more like energized and energetic in myself. And it's been nice. It's been a really, really, really great process. So with that, thank you for watching. Comment below, tell me what you're doing over the coronavirus time. Tell me what you think. Tell me any advice on the SunPass thing if you have any experience on that, or what SunPass you prefer, what toll pass you prefer to use, because I am not very happy right now with that. And so tell me about your life. Just talk to me. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing. Bye.